Coming up on Science News Weekly, preserving dead things, arsenic in chicken, and consciousness. That's up next on Science News Weekly.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth is provided by Cachefly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is Science News Weekly with Dr. Kiki, Episode 7, recorded April 5th, 2012. Be a good Samarium. It's April 5th, 2012, and these are the science stories that made headlines this week. The half-life of Samarium 146 has been revised by physicists working at the Atlas Accelerator facility from 103 million years to only 68 million years. So what does this mean? Well, since Samarium 146 is used in geological dating, it will change the dating of some major geological events on Earth and other terrestrial planets and impact models of solar formation. A very well-preserved woolly mammoth carcass was found in Siberia by tusk hunters. Scientists who acquired the specimen say that there is evidence of human interference, but it's as yet unknown whether the actions were taken 10,000 years ago, shortly after the animal's death, or more recently. Additionally, the color of the mammoth's woolly coat is direct evidence that the furry beasts were closer to blondes than brunettes. A fossil found in northeastern China hints that T-Rex might have been fuzzy rather than scaly. The remains are from a T-Rex relative named Eutyrannus huali, meaning beautiful feathered tyrant, who lived about 125 million years ago. The finding has paleontologists rethinking the entire tyrannosaurid family in a more feathered way. Remains of a crazy gigantic snake were found in a Colombian coal mine dating to about 58 million years ago. The snake, called Titanoboa, measured around 50 feet long and weighed more than a ton. A life-sized replica is now on display at the Smithsonian Natural History Museum. Human activities are the cause of declining Caribbean coral reefs. Recently, the decline has been linked to climate change due to humans, but a study out this past week in the journal Ecology Letters by researchers from the Scripps Institute finds that humans have been directly damaging Caribbean corals for far longer. Reconstructing a historical timeline of reefs, they qualitatively show that deforestation and overfishing were deleterious as far back as the 1800s. Publishing in Nature this week, climate scientists present evidence that carbon dioxide increases in the atmosphere predated increases in temperature that brought the last ice age to an end. The study relied on climate proxy data from 80 locations around the globe, including over 14,000 years of climate history. While highlighting the role of carbon dioxide in such major climatic shift, it does not address the source of the carbon dioxide. We still don't know where that CO2 came from. And identical twin data suggests that our genes are not the places to look for telltale signs of disease risk. A study published in Science Translational Medicine looked at genetic data from over 50,000 twin pairs, finding that only 4 diseases were predicted reliably. Lifestyle, environment, and random chance are far larger factors than genes in most disease determination. Researchers publishing in 2 journals, Environmental Science and Technology and Science of the Total Environment, found that factory farms feed their chickens caffeine, banned antibiotics, antihistamines, anti-inflammatory agents, and arsenic. The studies analyzed feather meal, which contains a record of compounds a bird has been exposed to, similarly to using hair to test for drugs in humans. Since the experiments didn't analyze meat, it is still unclear how many of these compounds are being ingested by people. An international team of researchers created a solid-state 2-qubit quantum computer inside a diamond. Using impurities in the diamond to their advantage, the engineers used microwave pulses to continually switch the direction of electron spin and reduce the likelihood of decoherence, or introduction of errors. The computer functioned at 95% accuracy. MIT professor Daniela Rus wants to democratize robotics. The GRASP project received $10 million in funding from the National Science Foundation to create printable, programmable computers that can be created by the average person in a matter of hours. Brain scientists used positron emission scanning to image the brains of people as they awoke from the effects of anesthesia. They found that activity in the brain correlated with the return of consciousness first showed up in the more primitive brain areas like the thalamus and limbic system before occurring in the neocortex. The researchers think this suggests that a, quote, foundational primitive conscious state must be restored before higher order consciousness can occur. Senior reviews of 9 NASA missions found all to be successful and awarded funding to continue operations until at least 2014. The Fermi, Swift, and Kepler missions will be funded through 2016. Hubble and Chandra are to receive continued funding. Planck's low-frequency instrument is extended for 1 year. Spitzer will close out in 2015, and Suzaku and XMM Newton are extended through 2015. The Large Hadron Collider went back to work this week with a boost in its operating power. 2 beams of protons were collided at a world record total of 8 trillion electron volts. Increasing the power involved in these subatomic collisions increases the possibility of finding as yet unseen particles like the Higgs boson. In an update to the faster-than-light neutrino story, the Italian scientist who coordinated the opera experiment at CERN has resigned. His faster-than-light result was reversed after process errors were discovered. And that does it for the science news headlines this week. Let me know what you think about these science news stories, or tell me what you think should be science news by emailing me, Dr. Kiki, at drkiki.tv, or you can leave me a voicemail at 650-741-5454. To watch the full episode of Dr. Kiki's Science Hour, head over to twit.tv/Kiki. Thanks for watching.